This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with Betfred here with Ricky Hatton in what probably should be more exciting circumstances, but right now we're in a bit of a situation where we're all here, stood around, not knowing what's going on. As of reports, we're hearing that Chris Eubank Jr., and when this may go out, Chris Eubank Jr. Conor-Benn fight may be off. We'll instantly go to you because you've got a fighter, Chloe Watson, on the card. Very, very difficult times for you and the team here, really, because, I mean, you guys don't know whether you're coming or going.
No, we're all in the same boat, fight fans and trainers and boxers, top of the bill, undercard, we're all in the same boat. We're waiting to see what's happening, aren't we? But, yeah, I mean, it's a fight that I don't think that there's been a fight recently, that's had so much expectation and looking forward to, such as this, obviously through the family history. But yeah, but at the end of the day, I mean, Conor says that he don't know how this has happened, and he'd like to have his own personal explanation, and I believe him because he's a fighter, like we all are. It's like his old man. He's a chip off the old block. So I think Conor is as much in limbo as we all are. But if there's an argument, even though Conor will get to the bottom what that's actually happened, at the end of the day, drug tests are there, put in place for good reason, aren't they? You know what I mean? If someone takes a performance-enhancing drug which gives an advantage over another boxer, then for me, I don't know what we're hanging about for. It should be stopped, and I know we'll get to the bottom of it eventually, and no one more than Conor will want to do that. But I mean, the board of control have said no, and it'd be interesting in this press conference in a couple of hours if it does go ahead. The reason they can actually give for me is black and white. Failed a drug test, fight off.
As it is right now, from what we know, only an A sample. B sample's not been released. It won't be released until sometime after Saturday. We've had clarification yesterday. Should, as it stands, the fight be allowed to go on?
Well, say it goes ahead and the B sample comes back and the B sample's positive. Do you know what I mean?
So if someone gets hurt with Eubank coming down.
And to top it on the fact that Conor's bulking up and Chris is going down, no, I don't think it can. I think we're all trying to come up with our reasons why it might happen. But at the end of the day, I think it's a very black and white decision that needs making. To be honest with you, yeah, you fail a drug test, the fight's off, and they say, yeah, but you might pass the second one, he might fail the other one. You know what I mean? Conor's is in as limbo. I spoke to Conor this morning. He's in limbo as much as everyone, and I believe him. But ultimately, the board's case is he failed the first one, so the board have got to go by the rule book, and they have done that. So it'll be interesting to see if it does take place, the reason for it being allowed to.
Where are you guys at with this mentally? Because I know there was a bit of frustration in Newcastle because Chloe ended up going on after the main event, not available to watch for the public eye. This is an absolutely massive bill. The before the bell coverage, the YouTube coverage, Facebook coverage, the pre-stream coverage would have been absolutely massive for her. Something that yourself, your team could have got your teeth really stuck into, a massive event. Yesterday, we find ourselves sort of waiting around in the sort of uncertainty of what's going to happen. Today, like I say, we're in the same position. It must be quite gutting for you guys away from the main event. You're going to be selfish, aren't you? You've got to care about yourself.
It's devastating for Chloe. She's trained hard, as I'm devastated for everyone on the undercard. At the end of the day, nobody gets paid if the undercard falls through. People, fighters have spent a lot of money on a training camp, for food and diet and petrol and all these things. So it's devastating, and devastating for the whole of the undercard because of the platform. Like Chloe's been given, to be on a bill of this size after just 3 fights, and. So I thank the Wasserman Boxing, for giving her the opportunity along with Matchroom and, to be on such a big stage. And ultimately, the first thing they were saying, well, we won't be getting paid with all this training and all this hard work we've gone through and everything like that. But, thirdly, they'll all be devastated because what a platform to be able to fight, at the old two on Ben Eubank Jr.'s bill. It's a tragic. But I mean, in half an hour we might know a little bit more, mate.
Well, Ricky, thank you very much for speaking to me at Boxing Social. It's always a pleasure. We usually get on in our interviews, have a bit of banter. There's no real time for that this week. It's a bit of a shame. Just a final message to the people watching. I suppose, obviously, you've got yourself to look out for, Brad to look out for still.
Yeah. It's been a very difficult time for boxing lately, you know, but, you know, there's a big event November 12th for my exhibition. It's my 41st birthday today, you know, so, I'm hoping my birthday's going to get a little bit better, but I can't. Sometimes I'm feeling the worst today, that it's going to get a bit worse, but no. It's been a bad time for boxing, hasn't it? Clarissa Shields, Savannah Marshall got postponed, you know. The AJ and Joshua team have said, no, that's an absolute no-go now. Fight fans were looking forward to this more than a long time since we've looked to a fight such as this. That's fell through. Fight fans, things will only get better.
Well, Ricky, happy birthday anyway, and hopefully it gets better than standing around in a lobby doing interviews with all of us. Top man.